I recently travelled to the other side of the world, to Rapa Nui, aka Easter Island, to go and investigate how old the moai are. Could they be older? Where do they come from? I needed to see them with my own eyes. And I specifically wanted to see a very particular moai that I've seen all the time on the internet, the one with the intricate carvings on its back that looks very similar to the carvings, the stone carvings that are coming out of the ground in ancient Turkey. Is there any way that they could possibly be connected? They're on the other side of the world. They're separated supposedly by 10,000 years. What's the crack? And what I discovered was really interesting. So just for reference, if you didn't know, this is Pillar 43 in Göbekli Tepe, a 12,000, maybe older temple found in Turkey. And this is the back of a moai statue on Easter Island. And people have been pointing out that there's very similar iconography, similar stonework. There's sort of two birds with a circular thing in between them. There's like a line where there's the belt, there's a scorpion on one side, and there's a kind of M shape, like the M of the scorpion on the other. Potentially at the top of the head are these like a row of bags. Are these a row of bags? I can see how there's a sort of familiarity, there's a sisterhood between these two bits of rock. Okay, so when I got to the island, I was asking the tour guide, where's the moai with all the cool stuff on the back? He said it's in the British Museum. Yeah, it was stolen by the British in like the 1800s, and it's currently in the British Museum. So I travelled 20 hours on a flight. Took me 2 days, all the way to the other side of the world to see something that was in my hometown. That was annoying. So I wanted to do a public service announcement to say that all these photos that you see online of really decorative moai on Easter Island, they're modern replicas. These are dotted around like the houses and the bars. Any moai that is on the island, they're all weather eroded, deeply weather eroded, and you cannot really make out anything on the backs. I don't agree that the British Museum or the British should have stolen this moai, and I definitely think they should give it back. However, the fact that it has been kept sort of safe in a glass enclosure for the last 200 years has meant that we do have a pretty good surviving artifact, whereas a lot of the other stonework on Rapa Nui Island, it's eroding fast. This is a photo that I took of the back of a moai on Easter Island, and you can see there's nothing. The weather erosion on this type of stone, most of them are made out of volcanic tuff, and it is quickly weathered away by wind, rain, wet weather, and the climate has moved into a wetter period in the last 1,000 years. So they are quickly disappearing. This photo is from 1914, so just over 100 years ago, and this is from 2011. And you can see in just 100 years, in the modern wet weather, the stonework it's eroding pretty fast. Now, from the 50s, there were some major excavations on Rapa Nui, and you can see here just how pristine the statues are when they are underground because they've been preserved. And you can also see size-wise, look how freaking huge they are compared to like fully grown humans. Today, you can't see this because they've put all the ground back. They sort of excavated them, carbon dated the area, and then they've put it back in situ as was. So you can't see any of this today, which again I was a bit disappointed at, but I prefer that they're kept nice and safe and warm in the ground. Now, come back for part 2 because I'm going to do a whole video explaining the carbon dating and the timeline of the moai, because just how old are the moai is a massive question, and I think I have an answer. So come back because this video is way too long. Right, there we are.